Hello, hello. See if anybody joins me tonight. 10 seconds in, no one's here. No one is. Well, there's one. Somebody joined me. There's one person. 2. Dos. 4. Quattro. Hope you had a great day, Ron. Rando. Thanks, Ethan. I hope you can hear this okay. It's from the computer audio. Hey, oil cooled. I love you too. Not air cooled like a Harley Davidson. Thanks for suggesting something. Oh yeah, Jason. Yeah, just listen to that whole thing. Chris Cornell singing to sleep. I'm the first. Thank you. Hold on. Give me a thumbs up if I say this right. I seed like a Porsche. Oh yeah, like a Porsche. I thought Porsche was air cooled. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. What up, Richard? I have 15 times prob. I gotta text my buddy. My buddy, who incidentally I just gave a pair of speakers to. That's what happens when you hang out with a cheap audio man long enough. Sometimes you just get speakers given to you. Good do. Is that the place where all the cool kids hang out? This is it, Ron. The first guy on here called me Ron. We're synonymous. It's hard to separate us. Oh, Porsche was air cooled. Go. Looking Man by the Stones. Podcast with NRD was good. Thank you, Burner. He's in here. You can say hello to the Ron, or as I call him, Obi-Ron Kenobi. Do you think sound bars are good for people just getting an audio? Total system under $300. Ethan, what I would suggest you do is go out buy yourself a SMSL AD18 for $140, and then go buy yourself Sony SSCS5s for $100, or the Numi BS5s. Those are pretty good. Or stretch your budget and get the ELAC Unify UB5.2s. And then for $348, you have a proper hi-fi system with a DAC, and you can optical right out of your TV, and that would kick the shit out of any soundbar. Excuse my French. What are you traveling in? This shirt. The blooper reel is hysterical. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Ron sliced and diced that thing out because he knows how to edit. Hello from Left Coast Portland. Hello, Portlandia. Don. This show's funny. When you get to the Blue Sound No 2, have them send me one, man. I would love to hear that. I was actually talking to somebody about that in the comments. Dayton Audio Exciters. Oh, that's the thing you put under your seat and it shakes you around a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Audio Exciters. What up, Factor? Are you in a hotel? Yes, I am, Michael S. The Fairfield. I was going to drive all the way, and then I was like, you know what? No. And then I was just hanging out, and I figured, what the heck? Let's get on. Let's have some fun. I'll be looking at the mattress with a black light before you go getting out of the covers. Bro, I've been in so many hotels. I'm immune to it. I'm immune to that and bed bugs. Oh, on any surface, they turn anything into a speaker. Huh. Yo, I have a question. There's some KEF Q150s, and I like them, but I'm not blown away. I'm pairing them with a Yamaha receiver. But they sound better with something else. I don't know, man. I thought they sounded pretty good. I don't know what that receiver's rated at. I try either getting them closer to a wall or pulling them out to a wall, try to tow them in towards you. And if that doesn't work, if you can, in your return window, get something you like. Have you reviewed any Yamaha receiver? I have not. There's some cool stuff though, some new stuff that they have a new Class D with a streamer in it. It looks really cool. And then they just came out with a new. I think Andrew Robinson reviewed something new. Where in Texas is the Cheap Audio Man? Well, right now he's in North Houston, south of the Woodlands, or Spring, Texas. Either way, it's all the same. You got yourself some quality time. What y'all think of the podcast? Tell Ron or Rooney. Ooh. I said stream should be up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. What up, Sean D? I think your channel will be ridiculously successful. There's a huge market for people who don't want to break the bank to enjoy music. I agree with you. That's where I'm at. They were good, but they never felt authentic, and I was unable to get a reply from Wharfdale. I was actually talking to Wharfdale distributor today, and he actually said the place that sold those is a authentic, or not I don't know, approved retailer. Oh my God, that's so good. But never why is the Cheap Audio Man. Oh, Ron likes Velodyne. He was a Circuit City man. Proper Circuit City man. There's a lot of Diet Coke. I get thirsty though, especially when I get McRib stains on my shirt from getting a little rough with the McRib sandwich on the way down here. Are you going to do TikToks? No. My 16-year-old daughter does them, and it perplexes me why people lip sync other people's songs and then record themselves. Not that I'm any better. I'm sitting here in a hotel room recording myself, talking to internet people. I don't know what happened to Velodyne. That's a wrong question. Everything is bigger in Texas, don't you know? Even the Cokes. More than one McRib. Unfortunately, it was more than one McRib. It was buy one, get one for $1. I'm sorry. It reminds me, I was telling Ron, it's like a warm embrace of a long-lost friend from your childhood. Emotiva sub came in yesterday. Yeah. Crown XLS. No, but I about bought them one. They're really cool, man. You can do a low or a high pass filter in them, and they're Class D awesomeness. What's the deal with Sherwin Vega? I don't know. I don't know much about them. They were big when I was in the 90s. Randy, just listen to Mark Cohn on the Uni 5.2. What did Mark Cohn have to say? Mr. Sipes. For whatever reason, my glasses aren't agreeing with me tonight. Awesome soundstage. Oh, Mark Cohn is an artist. I thought Mark Cohn was an internet reviewer that didn't like him. I'm getting a little bit defensive of my Unifies because I love them so much. Why no one ever talk about Bic America speakers? I try to get some Bics in. There's one that looks exactly like our RP600M ripoff, except it's silver. Walking in Memphis, I got you. You guys want to hear a trip, man? One of the viewers turned me on to this. Vogue by Madonna, of all people, on something that soundstages really well. Turned it on, and I heard that song so many times when I was a kid. That's pretty awesome. Do I like Dire Straits? Yeah, Money for Nothing's awesome. Mark wanted a McRib and a pair of speakers. I don't blame you. That's a good combo. That sounds like a good Friday night right there. Dr. C has a pair of Bics for you to test. Dr. C, you just need to relax, man. drink some coffee, and listen to your speakers, and just love some life. You don't need to be sending me any more stuff, my friend, but I'll take it. Will you be reviewing older used speakers that are now good deals? I'm guessing that sourcing them would be a challenge. Yes, and then being able to recreate that for y'all would be a challenge as well. It's not that there's great values out there, but for me to spend a bunch of time and talk about something and love it, that's what I'm really afraid of. I'm going to get something that I love, and I'm going to gush all over it, and y'all are going to be like, oh, well, thanks a lot for nothing, because I can't get that. So that's kind of where I'm at on used stuff. It's not that I think used stuff is great. Denafreps, Aries 2 DAC. I'd like to hear it. I really want to hear some good R2R DACs. What up, Machete? A man, Machete. He's very heavy-handed with his live stream moderating powers. I appreciate it, Machete. Axiom Audio M3. They've dethroned everything I own. I own 25. Good for you. I'm a Class D. Pushing over 3,000 watts RMS out of my crowns. It's like going concert at home. You feel the bass in your chest. I'm going to drywall joints in the garage below. Good for you, man. Hey, man. What's up? What about vintage? How about some Sound Dynamics Canadian speakers from 1998 or something like that? They sound amazing. I just kind of talked about that. Used stuff is tough for me unless it's available new still and people can get it. It's a tough. I'd rather spend my time reviewing things that can be purchased now or sourced, so that I just don't have fun with it. You all can have fun too. What's up, Navy? CD Hankerson. You in the Navy, Mr. Hankerson? Hankering for a CD? What headphones do you use? Well, my favorite set of headphones is a Dan Clark Aeon closed back, but it's the closed RT. So basically what it is, it's the first gen Aeon that they retuned and then sold for half the price new. I think you can still get them. They're good. I like them. You going to be doing videos of crossover dissections? I kind of did that. Somebody ripped open the Sony SSCS5, and then I ripped open the Pioneer 22-LRs, and then I ripped open the Pulp T15s. Would I review speakers at the $1,000 price point? Maybe. Ooh, Marine Corps. Hoorah. Staff Sergeant Hankerson? Gunny Hankerson? I would review something at $1,000 if it's like just incredible. Just incredible. So maybe. We're going to kind of do everything opposite here. So a lot of people do like the expensive stuff, and every once in a while they'll do some affordable stuff. I'm going to do all affordable stuff and maybe the occasional expensive stuff. What's up, Nelson Chavez? Any chance you bought your pick from 1984? No, I should have, though. It makes me feel safe, but I'd probably leave it here, and then I'd be sad. What about center speaker reviews? Man, you know what? I've got some stuff coming in. Ron got into some trouble for taking apart some speakers that are from Arkansas. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, center speakers. So I have a 5-channel system coming in. So we're going to talk about it. Well, I'm not like the home theater guy, though. So I'm going to basically be able to say, hey, yeah, the dialogue sounds great, or I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like subs for me. It goes boom. and it sounds good. I can tell speed though. I'll figure it out. What? Sean from Zero Fidelity's in that. We have two celebrities, Sean and Ron, brothers from a different mother. What does Sean say? Only affordable gear. I will change that for you, Sean. Man, bring it on, man. I want to like be blown away. Tell me your secrets, Mr. Sean. Sean and a half celebrity. No, you're both full on audio freaking celebrities. When do you think your review of the Emotiva SC12 plus T0 will be out? I got the SE8. They're still in the boxes. So I may have my son get them out and play around with them for a while. It's going to probably be a couple of weeks, though, because I really want to, I don't know, get a good listen on them, put them upstairs, see how dynamic they are with Netflix original. Actually, I watched this Netflix original thing. And it was dubbed in English, but it was a French show about this. He's a gentleman thief. He does heists. It was really pretty good. Why is Emotiva going to be sold by dealers? Is that why aren't they? They're direct to consumer. Who makes a good preamp? Well, speaking of that, Emotiva. I think they do. If you want to go really affordable, you can get like a shit. Their headphone amps can also be a preamp. You don't have many input options, though. Here's your chance to empty your house, Sean. You're most welcome. Somebody texted me. They are going to add dealers. Is that a question? Or I know some distributors can get them, but it's not a huge like. I don't know. I'll keep my mouth shut. I don't have any tube amps yet. My buddy Sean over at Zero Fidelity though hooked me up with some fine people that may be able to get me a tube amp to start trying out. Is a new Sean without the baseball hat? Yeah, no. Sean's much better looking than I am. What's your opinion on power speakers like Audio Engine or Clips 5.6s? I haven't heard the Clips. I do have a set of Edifiers, R1700 BTS. They need a sub. So that's all I can say about that. If I was getting powered speakers, I would make sure that it has a sub out. Ooh, my favorite song. There's so many. I don't know, man. There's just so many good songs. Do you have Blue Sound Node 2i coming up? Unfortunately, no. I would love to, though. I would love to get some time with a streamer that's not kind of wonky. The Hios was wonky. The Arylic was wonky, but that can be like, that's okay because it's a super solid value. Oof, Clips Pro Media 2.1 sounds good. I got a Logitech that's kind of similar to that. Man, that little tiny sub, man, it was powerful. It was a lot of fun. I was asked before to tell us something about your background. You're a knowledgeable dude. Where did you learn about audio? Ripping apart my buddies' cars when I was a teenager and messing up their dashes permanently and just plugging stuff in when I was a kid. Just listening. I learned from my mentors, Sean at Zero Fidelity and Ron at New Record Day, everything that I know. I ended up grabbing an Axiom Audio M3s, matching center channel. My old debut 6.2s will be available on the Cam Facebook page soon. Ooh. You know what? That speaker keeps pulling me back in. I've bought it twice and I've sold it twice or returned it twice. And now that I've spent so much time with the Uni 52s, and they suddenly came to life, I keep thinking, man, maybe I just didn't give the 6.2s enough time. Dolly Spectre 2, no. But, little secret, Dolly Spectre 1 review is going up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, maybe 6:45. Dolly Spectre 2, I want it, man. I want it so bad. I don't have a tube amp that I'd recommend, but Sean at Zero Fidelity or Ron probably has a laundry list that they would recommend. Got the topping BC3 on your recommendation. Hooked it up to a vintage Pioneer receiver for a Bluetooth option. Awesome, thanks. Thank you, man. That's a great and inexpensive way to add the best Bluetooth you can. And it has a pretty solid little DAC in it, too. And then if you upgrade your DAC, you can optical right out of it into your new DAC. Compact integrated amps like NAD or PS Audio Sprout, no and no, but I'd love to. Love to. I'd also like to listen to some Cambridge Audio. They have some really affordable integrateds. 6.2 are great. I can't get around that speaker for some reason. Now, when I got it placed just right, it was manly monoblogs I can send you. Yeah, I'm sure that's right in the wheelhouse of this channel, Ron. I think I missed your answer. Any news on Iota VX? Yeah, it's in my office, and I was listening to it and listening to the phono preamp. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And has a way better remote than the Emotiva. Not that that should be the deciding factor in your integrated amp purchases. However, there's some differences. And I'll get into that in my review. Well, like the Iota does not have a USB input. And if you watch Zero Fidelity's review of the Iota VX, there is some very particular ways you have to hook that up to the power amp. And I would highly suggest watching Sean's video on it because he explains it very well. I'm cringe that I'm pushing a metal dome tweeter with an Emotiva Bass X500. A little forward of neutral. What metal tweeter was I just listening to? That was actually, I can't remember what that was. Well, also we were reading the Techton lore. Randy just found out about this nowish. Well, all right. Bring it on, Techton. Their speakers remind me like they're looking at me and I'm just waiting for like legs to sprout out of the side of the speaker and it like come to get me. There was a movie in the 80s with Tom Selleck. There's a bunch of little robot spiders running around. Extra points to anybody that knows that. Name of that speaker. You were listening to that's right, the PSBs have the metal dome. They did a really good job with that. I like that speaker. Runaway. God, man, you guys are on it. James Boone hitting it out of the park right away. Tom Selleck sci-fi movies. And I don't think there's a lot of Tom Selleck sci-fi movies. You should review $1,000 speakers once a month. Bring it on, man. There's not a lot of people lining up to send me $1,000 speakers, though. And there's not a lot of water left in the Cheap Audio Man well to go run out and buy some. Gene Simmons. Oh, my gosh. You guys are great. Gene Simmons. Yeah. So woke. What up? That's so funny. You guys know that. This has become the weird, obscure 80s science fiction channel as well. Recommended for a relatively cheap, high sensitivity floor stander. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time with floor standers. I mean, if you want highly sensitive, I mean, Klipsch is the thing that jumps out at me right away. But I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of the reference line. I do like the reference Premier line. I don't know. My dad started drinking Natty Light. Should I be worried? As long as it's not Natty Light Ice, because that has a lot more alcohol. Wheels can shrink and go off the rails real quick with Natty Ice. Natty Ice, yeah. Man, it tastes terrible. Ooh, Magni's LRSs. I would love to. I would love to. Homing bullet gun. Yeah. Gene Simmons. Maggies are fantastic. They need 4 times their cost in amplification minimally. Mr. Gutenberg says you can drive them off the Denon PMA 600NE for a mere $400. I'd say Klipsch for high efficiency RP 5000 for cheap and very good. Crazy Nights. Emotiva T0s. I can't wait to get them out of the box, man, and listen to them. Rogue Sphinx. Oh, yeah. I want to try that. I want to try that really badly. Waiting for a Kroll reference. I remember that thing. They had that circular knife that they'd throw out into the cosmos and do a whole bunch of cool stuff. Sendera paired tube amp. Thoughts? I haven't personally heard the Sendera, but it's pretty much universally loved. I have heard that it can be a little light on the bottom end, so a tube might probably pair up really nicely with that. That's speaking completely out of my rear end, though, because I have no time with either of those things. Later, Kevin Gardner. Moby Dick. Are you talking about Led Zeppelin or the novel? Kiss, marry, kill. What? No, I'm not doing that. We can all sit around a campfire together and tell stories from our childhood when Steve Gutenberg was a Golden Glove boxer. Died from drinking too much Diet Coke. I don't think that's what killed her. I can't even pronounce that. Review the Sound Artist. Not right now. NAD 316. Drinking out of a 2-liter bottle. I got it from Domino's Pizza. Raven Audio. Buddy asked about a good Zepp song to test speakers. Well, Moby Dick, The Ocean, Black Dog for cymbals. Beginning. I mean, what's not a good Led Zeppelin song? Over the Hills. Ooh, makes me want to listen to that. Easy to drive, cheap speakers. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, man. Even the quote-unquote hard-to-drive speakers, I've never really had a huge issue with them. So it depends on what kind of amp you have. I mean, if you're talking like a 15-watt tube amp, then yeah, you probably want to look for something super efficient. Heartbreaker, yeah. Heartbreaker, your time has come. Can't take your evil ways. Favorite soundtrack? Probably the Lost Boys soundtrack. Yeah. Solid soundtrack. There's another one I got. It's the Seattle movie, the grunge movie. Oh my God, that soundtrack was just absolutely packed with goodness. There's no such thing as not good Zeppelin song. Completely agree. What is the 90s grunge movie? Strangers? No. Singles. That soundtrack. Oh, yeah. Singles. Nailed it. Steve Leos nailed it. What? Scott, what did you pick up that you didn't like? Singles. What does it take to get a decent CD player to run into my Emotiva integrated amp? Any Blu-ray player with an optical out initially. Then you can probably ramp it up from there. Emotiva B1 Plus. I didn't really have any issues with them burning in. What are you hearing, Scott? Mine were punchy on the bottom, ultra clear, and they were great until I pushed them to about 85 dB at about 6 or 7 feet away. Heavy metal, yeah. Do harder drive speakers last longer than efficient speakers? I think it has more to do with like the driver design and probably materials used. Not clear, poor imaging. That doesn't sound like my pair. I'd reach out to Emotiva. Because mine are anything but not clear. Mine are like a magnifying glass. And they didn't send those to me. I bought those. You're a cool dude, Randy. Thanks, Rick Mahoney. So are you. Although I don't really know you. I'm sorry, Scott, man. I mean, mine are just absolutely a magnifying glass. Seasons by Chris Cornell. Great song. Yeah. God rest his soul. Used Sony Blu-ray players are fantastic transport. I agree. I have a Sony DVD with an optical out that I got from Best Buy for like $15, and it weighs about as much as my pad of paper weighs. Bring back cassette tapes and VHS. Yeah, I get behind some cassettes. I had a dual cassette player, man. Yeah. You know what I used to do? Okay, so when I grew up, we didn't have a lot of places to buy music, so obviously we listened to the radio all the time, and I would tape record songs off the radio. And I had these headphones, my dad's old headphones, hooked up, I guess it was to the boombox. And I think it was some Michael Jackson song came on. And so I needed to record it right away because that's what you did. You just literally listened to the radio and just had a tape at the ready, press record. And so I shoved one of the headphone cups to the tape recorder. It sounded horrible. These Emotivas B1 Pluses have easy 20 hours. I would contact their support team, man. Some tape songs off the TV. Heck yeah, Sean D. Yes, I remember having to work. I remember going down to the freaking pharmacy and they only having like Lionel Richie, Huey Lewis in the News 4, Michael Jackson Thriller. There's like 7 different ones, and then they just had multiples of that. Another speaker that's efficient as a Klipsch. I don't know. Ron? Sean? High efficiency speakers beside Klipsch. I think the Big Americas are pretty efficient. I wonder why. No experience with the mini disc. However, I do remember the mini disc. Klipsch RP500M, great for smaller rooms. Yeah. Ron. Not as efficient as you think. Yeah, Techton, really efficient. I don't have any time with Techtons, though. Danny is a smart guy. I don't know him. I talked to him briefly on the telephone. He only lives a couple hours from where I live. Uh-oh. Do you listen to vinyl? I absolutely do. I was listening to Metallica Black on vinyl yesterday out of the Iota VX with the built-in phono amp. What I do is I've been buying vinyl from records that I just love. Not records, that doesn't make sense. From albums I love. Borea Bro 3 is fairly efficient. There you go. Best warm budget speaker. The Wharfdale Diamond 11.2, $199 if you can find it. Used to put tapes over old cassettes. Yep. Didn't like them, so I could use them as blanks. Yep, put them over the top. Eating a barbecue, Randy. I like to eat it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to cook it very well or smoke it or whatever it is. How do you figure out if an album was recorded well or not? I don't know, man. Just listen to it. He just had 2 McRibs. That's not barbecue, though, Dr. Phantasm. That's processed meat stamped into a rib-like sandwich, slathered with barbecue, a few onions slopped in there, put on a bun. Which speaker surprised me the most? Like you didn't expect much about it, and it wowed you. 2 speakers jumped to mind, both 4-inch. The Klipsch RP400M and the Dolly Spectre 1s. Both blew me away. Wrist check. What watch are you? Oh, Sean, you don't want to see this. This might be too much for Sean. Okay, now, don't everybody go getting Judgy McJudgerson on me, okay? Because this is a gift from my father, okay? From my father. I did not buy this. It's some Rolex. I don't know what kind of Oyster Perpetual. Don't get all judgy on me, okay? I didn't buy that watch. My father gave it to me. He's retiring. Gave me one and my brother one. I feel weird wearing it. Orfdale 225 and 11.2 are very warm and neutral. It's kind of a paradox right there. Warm and neutral? I'd say they're warm. 11.2s are warm and maintain detail. I like that. Yes, Dr. Phantasm. It was a very humbling gift when he gave that to me. From now on, you must review hi-fi with your pinky out. It's more imperative. Hold on. This is for you, Sean. Well, I got to take the lid off. Oh, man. I don't think it can get any better, but it does. I'm not selling the watch. So the G.I. Joes were mine to sell. This is going to continue on in the family. To review phonos, any suggestions around the $500 price point? I think Fluence has a great line, the RT line. I think U-Turn. Later, Sean. Thank you for coming in, man. I think U-Turn has a great line as well. You look like some guy that is wanted by the FBI or breaking into Nancy Pelosi's office. It's a strong possibility. Yeah. Vintage audio research speakers. I do not. Where's the coffee? It's night time, so I don't drink coffee at night usually. I think I've ever witnessed anyone drinking Diet Coke directly from a big-ass 2-liter bottle. Well, if you watch the last Between Two Speakers, you'd see that happen with Mr. Joshua Valier. Y'all are very particular about your diet sodas. Reminded me of the watch stuff in Pulp Fiction. By the way, Pulp Fiction, great soundtrack. Yeah, it was. We need Randy mugs. I gave Mr. Ron at New Record Day one. I just ordered it from Amazon and had it delivered to his house. My father has amazing taste. My father is an old farm guy. And I think my mom actually bought these for him. What was my first car? 1979 Dodge Aspen RT. Orange with a gray racing stripe. Love that car. I wish I still had it. Jesus built my hut, Ron. When's the merch coming? I'll buy a mug from you. Man, I don't know, man. I feel weird about that stuff. And like if I get coffee mugs, I want them to be like cool coffee mugs. Like the one I got for Mr. Ron. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't want it to just be like some stupid mug that has my stupid logo on it that I don't even have a logo yet. I don't know. I'd love to. What up, Ron? I'd love to like find a legit like source that sources them from Mexico where they're hand painted. I think that would be cool. I think it'd be cool. Yeah, like I don't want to just like go buy them. I want to like make sure that they're actually getting them from Mexico. 1976 Matador. Shout out to British Audiophile. He's a cool guy, Taryn. Gearing up to do the upgrade. You know, I watched a video from New Record Day where they AB'd the stock 600M versus the upgraded 600M. Cheap Audio Man tequila line. Have a contest to design mugs. Could do that. I'm the Will Ferrell of audio review. I wish that were the case. Thanks, Texan Range. Where are you from, Texan Range? Marshall Techton Bluetooth speaker. Breaker Broke 23 is new to the channel. Welcome, Breaker Broke. Welcome on in. Everybody is really cool in here. Texan Range is from Maine. Okay. Do you like, do I like Taco Bell? This guy look like he doesn't like Taco Bell. Quesaritos, por favor. White stripes and white vinyl top. Nice. Review of your turntable. Dr. Phantasm? Yes, but here's the thing. I don't have a reference point for turntable. So I can't be like this is the review I'd give. Hey, it looks really nice, and when I put the thing on here, it turns around and it makes noise. Like I don't have the, maybe you can help me with that. I don't have the expertise yet. I don't even know what to look for, really. Stockhausen album. You have to forgive me, but I'm not. Grapevine, Texas. What up, Jimmy Bird? Just down the street from me. Well, not now, but when I'm home here. Factors chilling like a villain. Which is the car in the Shaken video by Eddie Money? Ooh, I don't remember that. So how good is the McDouble plus McChicken sandwich? Did I mention that? It's really good. Because you get the crunch, but you still have the melty cheese. What was your rate in the Navy? I was an nuke machinist mate, ELT. And then I got picked up for an officer program. So it was an MM2, and then I became an O1E. Chevy Laguna lowrider. Ascend Acoustics. I'd like to. I would like to. What do you think of Fiona Apple's latest album? Well, I haven't listened to it yet. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it long enough, it's something, dun. There's a Ravel string quartet in your videos. Do you listen to classical? Occasionally. I like Hans Zimmer stuff, and I guess you could call it classical or orchestral. Seen any UFOs in the Navy? No, I did not, because I was underwater most of the time. Maybe underwater unidentified vehicles, but we can't see. We don't have any windows in the submarine. Popeyes for a really good chicken sandwich. I have had that one. Chick-fil-A is pretty solid though too. I ate too much fast food today. I don't eat a lot when I'm like working from home. USOs, yeah. Where are you staying with Rune? I like Rune. But when I wasn't a title person, I didn't see the value proposition. I really liked it, and I was trying out Qobuz. I thought it was super cool, and it grabbed all my music off my server. The Abyss. That's a great movie, man. Great movie. Sean, I'm sorry, man. I'll give you my leftover Dominoes if you were here. Monitor audio. Yeah, breaking it nice. Bright. Man, yeah, I bet. I want to hear some monitor audio bronze. 50s or 100s. European mapping. This is a channel where we talk about barnyard animals and how to make them behave better. Of the fake pizza restaurants, Domino's is king. Yeah, man. Who's to say what is fake pizza, though? That's like say what an audiophile equipment is. It's nebulous. I am thinking about here. I'll ask here. So this is up to y'all. I'm thinking about my first piece of merchandise, and I'm probably going to ruin it now, to be a sticker. And on that sticker, it's going to be the Chief Audio Man, or CAM. We're going to do an acronym. Audiophile Certified Equipment. So then you get an audiophile sticker. And if you want to, you can stick it on a toaster. Say that toaster's audiophile. Or you stick it on your 2-liter Diet Coke. Hey, hold on. Oh, yeah. Audiophile sticker. Who the hell gets to say what an audiophile is? It's dumb. It's a freaking moving target, right? You like it? Audiophile. That sticker should be your face. Make it look like a stamp. Stickers can say, I saves thousands with cheap audio, man. That's true. Becoming more chevron. Clips, not clips. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I've been hearing this from the beginning. I like to say clips, because when I say clips, I feel like I have a whole bunch of crackers in my mouth and I'm trying to whistle. So I say clips. Yeah. Yep. Just like I say jammo. Babylon Sisters to Judd speakers. Now your intro with how hi-fi shouldn't cost as much as in-ground pool, etc. But do you have a specific threshold for what's too much? Like nothing over 2K or the like? So Scott, right now, really what the channel, and this is serious. Right now, the channel is concentrating on components under $600. So like speakers under $600, an amp under $600. And the thinking behind that is that $600 level is kind of something that can be achievable by most folks, that they save their money, and then they can build a solid system on that. So with that said, however, if I hear, like I have the Marantz NR1711, it's an $800 receiver, but I still think it's a super good value because it's got a streamer, basically has an integrated amp. There's a whole bunch of functionality of that. So I think that's a good value. So Dash Corbett's getting feisty. So with that said, if I think it's a super high value, then absolutely I'll take a look at it. Does that make sense? Really like speakers that are $10,000. Well, then buy them, man. If you got it, if you have the money, go for it. I'm trying to just let people know that it's okay to enjoy your music. You don't have to buy a $5,000 amp. Okay. Thanks, Scott. Does that make sense, though? I'm not saying that $1,000 speakers are horrible. What I'm saying is we all can be happy, and people don't need to be intimidated by $1,000, $10,000 speakers. Like you're in range for the IOTA VX. I have the IOTA VX at home. I was listening to it yesterday. Good stuff. Safe and sound. Or accessories for less and get good deals. Yes, you can. How about reviewing? Oh, yeah, vintage gear. I'd love to. But again, I talked about it before. If I review it and it's awesome, what are the chances that people can go out and get that? It's not impossible, but it's not, there's not a high likelihood of that. Harry. Oh boy, buddy. It depends, I guess. If you had a lot of Mexican food, maybe some cheese. Well, Scott, here's the deal, man. I mean, if you see something and you think is like this sets the standard at that price range, and suggest it, man. Between Two Speakers episode with you and Paul from PS Audio. I'd love that. I've learned a lot from his videos. He breaks down how balanced works very well. Very good. You don't have to be an audio snob to enjoy music. Amen, Nelson Chavez. We start doing sound demos. No, I don't have the right equipment for that. James. Probably true. No, I'm on business, Wonder Boy. I'm doing my real work. This is a passion. I'm here for work. Fluence. Nice. Man, poor T15s. Poor T15s. Do you know what sort of gear is needed to do an amp dyno? Well, gonna need a amp meter. Gonna need a voltmeter. You can kind of do it, and I do have that equipment. I've done it on car audio to do like set amp gains and things like that. It's dirty to do it that way and not remotely accurate, but it gives you an idea. I heard Focal had some 22s back in the day. Is that a real thing? I don't know. Like saw something measuring the new Yamaha, and they were delivering way more than spec. It got me thinking about it. Yeah, I'd say the reputable, like if you see a rating that says 2 channels driven, chances are you can probably take that to the bank. Next episode of Ron and Randy probably should be up Wednesday. Thank you, Cameron Robbins. Are you Tony Robbins' relative? So far, I think the best speaker for the money is the B&W Anniversary Edition, $8.99. FLAC, MP3, or WAV. I don't think it really matters. There's like MP3s that sound awesome. I think it has more to do with how it was recorded than the actual format that it's in. But that's just me. It's actually really difficult to be able to tell the difference between like a MP3 320 kilobits per second versus like high res. There's something on if you go to NPR, go search NPR high res music versus low res music, and there's a little test. You can take it yourself, see if you can tell the difference. It's more difficult than you think it is. Texan range. Why is someone from Maine have the Texas thing? Are you from Texas? Later, James Boone. You have a great night. I am open to reviewing weird China stuff. Absolutely. I think, Louisiana. What part of Louisiana? Lafayette. Yes, Chinese stuff for sure. I think they're up in the game. I think they are raising the bar for what folks should expect at that price point. Not all of it's going to be good, though. But there are going to be some diamonds in the rough. Kentwood between Baton Rouge and NOLA. I've been there. I was driving between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and there's a car that was burning on the road. Denafreps for the win. I want to write insults. Britney Spears' neck of the woods. Ooh, $600 and under DAC reviews. Well, I've kind of talked about the SMSL M300. I've kind of talked about the topping D50S. Kind of talked about the Ship Modi. Talked about the DAC and the TA100. DACs are tough unless you have a super resolving system. And then you need to know that speaker for sure. You need to know that amp for sure to be able to really say, oh, this DAC is better. Because while I can hear differences in DACs, it's hard for me to say this DAC is better than that DAC. I just may hear some differences. They're both enjoyable. Vintage speaker performance. Oof, I don't know, man. Should stack, yeah, solid. Vintage stuff, I don't know. I have to get some in and listen to it. I mean, it's not like the technology has like greatly improved. I think some physics behind like enclosure construction, port length, port construction, port shapes has improved. But overall, I mean, there's capacitors and stuff like that. Are you keeping the Unified 2.0s of the debut reference? I have the debut reference. I would keep the Unified 2.0s, but I sent them to a viewer. But I'm probably getting another set in for like my reference because that's kind of what set the bar for me. Reminding me about the MTV Unplugged albums. Thank you, Ryan, for noticing. Your life's purpose to show up? Just kidding. I'm going to write some insults for between two speakers. Bring it on, St. Her. Thank you, Guillermo. Thank you. Gotta go. Thank you. I said thank you like 5 times. Mostly listen to jazz. Good night, J Root. Just when I think it can't get any better, I'll take another drink. I wish I had this chair at home. It's very nice. Probably packed with filth and germs. Good night, Mr. Paddock. Thank you for the questions. They're very good. It's a big Coke, yeah. Yeah, Machete is the moderating master. One more quad driver in ear headphones from China. Yeah, I think I almost bought some of those. Ooh, Ron's popping back in. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think they make a 3-liter bottle now. I'd get behind that. Although, here's the problem with 2 liters. You ever been to a party and like they're too cheap to get like soda in a can? And so they have all these freaking 2-liter bottles up on the bar or table or whatever. And they're all flat. Like they could take them out, open them up, 45 seconds later, you go over there, pour it over some ice, flat. Flat. So if you're going to drink 2-liter, it's really a single person drink. device. No, not device. I don't know. It's like a 2 liter, 20 liter, but much bigger. 20 ounce. Yeah. I've been here the entire time. I also watch you in your sleep. It's only weird if you make it weird. You're right about that, Ron. I'm just going to roll with it. Yeah, if you really watched me when I slept, you would know that I didn't sleep very much last night because my 3-year-old was Kool-Aid manning into our room telling me to get her some strawberry milk last night at 3 a.m. and then was like, hey, let's watch some cartoons all night. And then I'm going to fall asleep about 7 a.m. And Chetty's the best. Japan, they sell 4-liter bottles of whiskey. Mm-hmm. Who are you? I accidentally clicked on this. Well, goat pepper herbal tea. You've come to the wrong place. No eye contact. That was an Obi-Wan Kenobi classic. Favorite coffee? Do you have fresh grind my beans? I used to, but then the grinder got all gummed up. Best unplugged album is Eric Clapton. Obi-Wan, is this the first thing we're going to disagree on? Nirvana. Please, don't take my word for it. Google it. Best recorded albums. I think Eric Clapton's there too. All those MTV Unplugged records were recorded really well. Well, debatable, right? See, Dr. Phantasm agrees with me. Best coffee beans are sold at the InfoWars store. Yeah, Alex Jones knows his coffee. Alice in Chains is very good. That's a great record. And I did a lot of stuff on my Spectre review, the Dolly Spectre with Rooster off that Unplugged record. Very good song. You know, that's Nirvana's last album, right? Like 3 months later, Kurt left us, God rest his soul. Pete's K-Cups, French roast. I like Pete's. I think they're out of San Francisco. Alice in Chains are still rocking it, man. I saw Alice in Chains with Korn. It wasn't last year because that was a year of COVID. So it was the year before. I was supposed to see them in August. Yeah, Ron, it was insane for sure. You know what? I don't really care for the Eagles, but I did like that record, Dr. Phantasm. Yeah, that was good. Their Hotel California intro with like kind of that classic guitar was pretty solid. Actually, really solid. Very good. No, I'm not saying that, Eric. Linusol. Linusol. Bluetooth DAC decoder, $90. Good so far. Better for the optical. Yeah. I think they're a decent outfit. Pink Floyd. My stepson loves Pink Floyd. Is Korn in wheelchairs and walkers yet? Well, I'll tell you what. About 18 months ago, they were rocking the house down in Dallas, Texas. So I don't think so, not yet. Yeah, it was good. I got a good guitar pick from that show. Funny thing. So my stepdaughter was going to that with a friend. And then I'm like, why didn't I look in this? So last minute, I went on like StubHub or whatever. I found a single ticket. I bought it. And it was the first row behind general admission, center. Like I could throw a football to Jonathan Davis. It was so good. So good. So much fun. Do an online poll for the best Unplugged album. We should do that. Machete. Thank you for all of your moderating skills. I don't. So I use Amazon Basic cables for the most part. I'm not there yet as far as being able to tell a difference. It's a slippery slope. So speakers, amp, source in that order. And then you have to know that stuff so well before you can say, hey, this cable makes a difference or doesn't make a difference. I have the SVS SB3000. My neighbors hate it. I'm sure they do. I'm getting an SVS in. Yeah, it's coming. Try flat cables. One of the viewers is sending me some like ginormous, like 0 gauge speaker wire. I don't know how I'm going to use it. Have you done any subwoofer shootouts yet? Not yet. Not yet. Could be happening though. I've got the Emotiva SE8 in, which I'm really excited about because it's got a high pass filter. One of my clients in Austin is an older audiophile. We've talked in the past about audio. He's sending me an old Nakamichi tape deck. Ooh. Nakatomi Tower. What's my reference speaker? Well, it used to be the Unify UV5.2 until I sent it away. And I had a crisis of conscience when I was driving from the UPS store. I mean, ironically, debut reference from ELAC is kind of a reference. So I say for like a warm neutral reference, it's the debut reference. For a, this is tough now. For like a lively speaker, the Emotiva Airmotive B1 Plus is my reference. And that thing is only $230. Agree with you, Cameron Robbins. The high pass is a game changer. I don't know why people haven't been doing it. Thanks, man. Thanks, Bangarang. Yeah. I got a new webcam in. Haven't tested it yet. I'm assuming it's better than this thing, though. Osvaldo, all the way from Puerto Rico. Is it cold there? Emotiva sub does look sweet. Yeah. You know why? Because it's got a passive radiator, and it's sealed, and it has a high pass. Yeah. Looking to do a 2.2. Like 2 speakers and 2 subs? Am I missing something? It's cold here in Fargo. I bet your ass it. Sorry. Bet your rear end it's cold up there in Fargo. I got a buddy who lives in North Dakota. I think they all should have that high pass output too. Yeah, well, here's the thing though, man, on that. That's a digital crossover. I think the crossover in the Emotiva, don't quote me on this because I don't know. I think it's passive. It's a switchable capacitor, I think. There's 3 capacitors, and I think you can switch between the 3. Yeah, I need to upgrade that webcam. There's one at home. I just have to open it up and put it on. It's a 720p. Yeah, I think it's high definition. Supposedly, my camera that I film or record the things on can do webcam. I downloaded the software, though, but I can't get it to work. You're worried that Mini DSP. Yeah, it might. I don't know. I don't have any time. 2.2 make it 3-way speakers. Tony, you're confounding me with your questions. I have a 1500 watt AVR. Are you sure? What brand is it? We have snow mounds that round from 4 feet to. I remember, man. I grew up in the Midwest. They would have snow drifts and snow fences, the whole thing. Carlos, everyone's doing really well. Well, I can only speak for myself, but I think everybody else is doing pretty well. Oh, he has $1,500. Thank you, Mike. I would look at Marantz. They have some really solid stuff. Or Outlaw Audio. Or Emotiva. You can probably put together a really nice system from Emotiva for $1,500. Nebraska. Winter's my favorite season, too. I think I have the opposite of seasonal affective disorder. Well, it's not the opposite. Most people get like depressed in the winter. I get depressed in the summer. Used 2-channel. Randy, Ron, Sean, if you're still here, buy amping. I don't know. I've tried it. I didn't hear a whole lot of difference. I could see the cool thing about bi-amping, though, is if you have like separate volume controls and then you split your source through RCAs into the separate amps with separate volume controls. Now you get some freedom. Too much trouble? Tone controls, turn it down. How's the Corona Iris treating you? Pretty good. Just kidding. We're doing all right. Tony, that is exactly what I tell my family. And when it's cold, you get to snuggle up in your thick sweater or whatever it is. It's comfortable. It's soothing. Not in the freaking hot summer, it's not. I got red in this beard. I'm not built for the sun. Nordic, Northern European. Yeah, I'm built to work in the snow. You'd be depressed here in PR until you spend some time in this beach. I like the beach. Kind of. I slather myself up really well with sunscreen. My wife loves the beach. True statement, Dr. Phantasm. It's very hot year-round. I bet it is, Mr. Lopez. Senor Lopez. You can't have got chocolate in summer. It doesn't feel well. I know guzzling a whole bunch of white milk in the summer doesn't feel well either. Dude, Gary, I do remember I had this equalizer, and the only way that you could hook it up to your system is like through some weird sorcery, like going through the tape out or something. I don't remember, but it didn't hook up. Anyway, it had little LEDs on every band, and then in the middle had little lights that would jump up with the music. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Hi-Fi still kind of does have equalizers. It's called the Shit Loki. And then there is a company that's made in the U.S. that's got bright red enclosure. Can't remember the name of it. Beard logo and coffee cup merch. Here's the thing. I'd rather spend my time like reviewing stuff, and I think it would be cool to have some merchandise, but I just haven't had the time to like sit down and think about it between my family. Oh, Dolly, what's up? How you doing over there in San Antone? We want mugs. So I said this before, like if I sell mugs, I want them to be like the legit, like Mexican mugs. And I don't know how to do that. I've got to find a solid source. Dalai Lama's tea. Dolly's a patron, and she hung out with us on the Zoom not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before. And we get to do a Zoom every Sunday night with the patrons. Bellari, that's what it is. So I actually talked to another very popular YouTube reviewer about the Bellari and the Loki. He really likes the Bellari. And he's got a lot of people that respect what he says. Yeah, I'm sure someone could help with merch. Do y'all really want merchandise? You really want to buy a damn coffee mug with my ugly mug on it? Has your opinion of this Fluent Signature bookshelf changed? No. What has changed is how I send out my message, because the Fluence is a great speaker, and it was a great speaker for me. However, I don't know if it would have as so when I was doing that review, I talked more, and it was a mistake to do it this way. I talked about what I liked instead of what the speaker is like. And I like that Fluent Signature quite a bit. As long as the mug is less than $600. Yep. Yep. You know, I'm thinking about doing it if I do merchandise, is like having half, if not more, of the proceeds, or I don't know, profit's not the right term, but like after costs, whatever is extra. Like I'm thinking about maybe we should figure out like a charity to give it to, like a veterans charity, which is close to my heart. But I don't know. New Braunfels. Oh, Dr. Phantasm knows where New Braunfels is at. You can't use an external equalizer on any modern amp receiver unless it has main, preamp, inputs, outputs. That's a true statement. DIY SG stuff. I made some speakers. I can't remember. I got them from Parts Express, and they weren't the C notes. It was like the step up above the C notes, and they were sold individually. Can't remember what they're called. Ooh, Andrew Jones Pioneers versus the B6. Can you tell me what the B? Oh, is that the reference? B652 Air, which is better? I don't know. Can you, Mr. Max Mod? Can you give me some more info about what the B652 Air is? Ooh, Kevin, what kind of sound do you like? Do you like warm? Do you like neutral? Or do you like a lively speaker? Overnight Sensation. No, it wasn't the overnight. No, I don't think it was the Overnight Sensations. It might have been the step up above that. 6.5-inch woofer, 1-inch soft dome. Rear ported. Big enclosure. T652 Air. Is that an Emotiva? Mr. Max Mod, I'm having a hard time understanding which speaker you're talking about. No, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Okay, Machete, thank you for translating. Mr. Mad Max Mod, I don't have any time with the Daytons. I do like the Pioneers, though. They're very solid. Joey's audio channel. Yeah. Doing a little EQ DSP. You know, though, there's a lot of AVRs have an EQ in them. Like 10, 15 band EQs. Like the Marantz has a huge EQ in it. Max is talking about the B 5.2. The ELAC debut B 5.2. That's a solid speaker. I like it better than the 6.2, if that's what we're talking about. But I'm getting very confused. How many noise complaints do I need to get for maximum street cred? I would say none. But you can. We should all live well with our neighbors, though. Yep. Ron and Randy podcast. Your personalities mesh so comedically, giving info. Well, Ron's a good cat who knows a lot. He's just a good human. EQs and newer receivers are cumbersome to adjust. Completely agree. Rule 73. Rule 73. 73 was my number in football. Yeah. Sure was. Thank you, Joey G's audio channel. I think I might have subscribed to you today. Certain veteran that the charity will donate to. I'm not a specific veteran. I'm saying to like a veteran organization. Gosh darn it. I just clicked on an email. Hopefully it would go out to multiple veterans. Do I think Taryn would be up for between two speakers? Maybe. It was my football number 2. Really 73. Awesome. I was a defensive lineman. What were you? You, me, and Ron on a podcast. It could happen, Joey G. Please make sure you guys all hit the like button. Tolly's so sweet. My Denon sucks. You can't adjust the EQ if you're using Odyssey. I think you can adjust it between flat and reference, or you can bypass the fronts. I can do that on my Marantz. Carlos, yeah. Ron was like the OG audio YouTuber. Isn't that right, Ron? Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm going to keep saying it until it enters the zeitgeist. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi like live streamed for like 2 hours last night. My videos suck, and my family reminds me every time I put one out. Oh, Joey G's, have you watched any of my videos? Because they're pretty horrible too. Why don't my kids go to sleep? I don't know. Why don't my kids go to sleep, Seth? My 3-year-old woke up at 3 o'clock last night in the morning and then was like, I want to watch Disney Channel. And I'm like, fine. Watch Disney Channel. It was a deep fake. I was sleeping last night. Denon dynamic EQ will boost the bass stupid amounts. When I do the like the Odyssey, I do it, and then I see what they give me, and then I'll kind of mess with it. I don't mess with like the distances because usually that's pretty accurate, but I'll mess with the levels, and then I'll just bypass the fronts because I like to hear the flavor of my speakers. I don't want to erase that. I don't want to try to fix it. I like them. They're all unique, and they all have different awesome qualities. Have you heard the 8-inch clips? Well, I think I know someone who may have heard the 8-inch clips, and that's Dr. Phantasm. He's got him in his home right now. Keep reading Kef. Q150 has more bass than the ELAC Unify B5. I don't know about that. I haven't heard the Unify B5. Unify UB5? No. Kef doesn't have more bass than the Unis. Original Unis will punch you in the mouth. and take you out for a nice seafood dinner, and you make up and become best buddies because they're so awesome. Fluent signature or maybe ELAC debut. I like rock, but also weird. Ooh, Kevin, listen to me. Get the ELAC debut if you can get the first gen B6, $230, Amazon. It's worth it. Its soundstage is like a drunken sailor on leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I don't know. I'm not a big EQ guy. Like, I like it how it is. I'll boost the levels, like I'll boost the rears. And then like if I have a weird setup in my room. So one is like in an alcove, and the other one's kind of opened up to the room, and there's a big ass curtain, excuse my language. So actually I have to adjust the levels on my fronts to they're not the same to get the same at the seating position. Yeah, Von Z, you like B6s are awesome. Personally, I think they should come out with the ELAC Classic series. Just do the same thing as the original debuts, put them in a prettier enclosure, and then sell them to us. 800 in the UK? Aren't they German? Can't you just roll over to Germany and buy some? ELAC debut better than debut 2.0? That's a tough question. Okay, so I'm not going to say better. I'm going to say they're very different. Okay? Very different. At least the B6 to the B6.2 are very different. Sad Bera Toskovic. I don't think so. Good morning, Achilles Vlog. Man, think how bored you'd be without your channel. Yeah, it's kind of like a thing that it's one of those things that like I haven't even been doing this for 3 months, right? Let's see, October, November, December. Yeah, so like on the 18th it'll be 3 months. But it's one of those things that I can't think like I don't think I could. You didn't know you needed it until you had it. That's what it is. I didn't know I needed YouTube until I had YouTube. And this craziness. It's just been so much fun, man. I love it. And women. I think Dolly might be the only lady in here. This is like medicine for me, Dr. C. I mean, oh, thanks, Brian, from Acoustics. I just have so much fun. Like, it's so much fun being able to listen to all this stuff and then babble on about it. Thanks, Breck. Isaac. TP, female. Holla. Is that a doggy in your photo? Acoustics, you're rocking your website. Just so glad you're here. Your channel came along at just the right time. Well, I appreciate that, Dr. Phantasm. I do. I think everything happens when it's supposed to happen. I mean, that's the easy thing to say, right? But it just, I don't know. It all just happened. Just a lot of fun. Thank God my mom dropped off a big box of my old toys that I could sell and then buy hi-fi equipment. And they get mad about it and then make videos about it. Richie is my doggy. He's a sensitive jazz musician. What does he play, TP? The stand-up bass? Is it difficult for him to do that without thumbs? Yamaha NS 6490 through a bookshelf with an 8-inch woofer. I looked at that. They're on Amazon for like $100 and something. They're pretty inexpensive, right? Outdoor speakers for this summer. I have some kicker outdoor speakers on the back porch that came with the house. Yes, Dr. Phantasm, those NHTs have been serving as the living room speakers. They're very good at Disney Channel dialogue. Crystal clear. They're pretty good. I need to pull them out and listen to them again, but they're fully broken in now. They sound great for home theater use. Very clear, very good paper woofer, nice tonality. Oh, yeah. Does he play a stand-up bass? Yeah, Dolly. I mean, if a dog's going to play something, wouldn't he play the stand-up bass? I'm encouraging Rainey to go to Danny's house and listen to some open baffle stuff. Very curious what that will lead to. Ooh, ignorance is bliss, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Dr. Phantasm. Sounds pretty good. I need to get him upstairs, though, away from the wall, and listen to him. Don't tell anybody. But I have a microphone that can take measurements now. But I don't take measurements first. I listen first. I can't get ELAC on their site either. ELAC's website went down for a while. Large bookshelf speakers you reviewed. Predecessors of Clips 6. Those are the Clips RB61 2s. Yeah. Yeah. I got a pair if you want them. You can't have them. You can pay me and I'll give them to you then. Good night, Seth. Microphone first, camera second. LRS 50. Can you use an integrated amp with the Emotiva sub, or do you need a preamp to use the high-pass filter? So, that's a good question. Technically, you cannot utilize the high-pass filter of the Emotiva SE8 or SE12, whatever it is, with the integrated, if you're utilizing like the integrated opticals and stuff like that. Because what you do is you go preamp out of the integrated into sub, RCA out of the sub into your power amp. So if you're doing it from your integrated, then you have to go back into an RCA. So it doesn't make any difference. Because if you select that RCA that it's going into, then you're not going to have any sources anymore. Right? So you could, however, go from the integrated, the Emotiva integrated into the sub, then the sub into the Emotiva A300 amp. Then you have a high pass. Or you could go external DAC, RCA, into sub, RCA out of sub, into Emotiva. The only way that you can use the Emotiva TA100 as your power amp is if you have a separate DAC or separate like phono preamp or whatever it is. Fundamentally, you will lose the phono amp and the DAC functionality of the TA100. If that makes sense. Ever hear anything by HHR Exotics? I have not. Are we wrong, Kenobi? Does your wife just get angry as heck at you for always being on the computer? Ron, get off the computer. Come over here and rub my shoulders. Let's watch Kitchen Nightmare, Hell's Kitchen, whatever it is. He is supporting me. You have an open baffle and kids in the same room. Ron's got a whole bunch of chitlins running around. Remind me how to show you to enable super chats. Yeah, what is that? Is that when people give me money? I don't want them to give me money. I just want them to show up and talk to me. Do you have any vintage gear? I have an old freaking Yamaha receiver that's up in my daughter's room that I've got an external Bluetooth going into it and then a TV going into the optical. And it rocks, man. That thing is just good. I had it in the garage for years. Still rocking and rolling. Ooh, good question, Dr. Phantasm. Does my Anthem count as vintage? I think it may very well. That thing is a beast. Okay, guys, I'm listening, but I'm about to mop. Dolly, isn't that for like E1s? You shouldn't have to mop anymore. Joy G's, later. Night Beeb. What do you think about the AdCom? I don't know. I haven't listened to any AdComs. Oh, Dolly, you're at home. I thought maybe you're on duty or something. Need to strip and wax the floors like we always had to do. Kids are open baffle at the same time as a challenge. It requires barbed wire and sharks and a kiddie pool. Sharks in Arizona. It's a conundrum. Head scratcher. Can you set up super chat so that the money gets donated to charity? You know what? I can get behind that for sure. I can. We all have to agree on a charity, though. And it can't be somebody named Charity. Chromecast rocks. Sharks with lasers. Randy, you're hilarious. No surprise you're soaking up subscribers. All the content is great, but looking forward to seeing more IEM videos, too. Do you have plans to do headphones as well? Listen, there are way smarter people out there about headphones, i.e. Josh Fowler, i.e. DMS, i.e. Zeos. I don't know what I can bring to the table with headphones and IEMs other than, hey, these sound good. Hey, these sound bassy. These sound a little bright. I don't know. Those guys are like the experts, though. I'm not saying I won't do it. I'd actually like to find an alternative to the AirPods that isn't as dumb, if that makes sense. AirPod alternative that's not dumb. Pretty low expectation level. I just want to find that. Moving some air out of the tweeter. Sounds normal and everything. You know what? One of my UB5, the mid-range driver, is actually dented. Got like a dent in it. I wouldn't put it past it being my 3-year-old. AirPods. I did a review on the AirPods when I was in Mexico. On the beach. Yeah. Obi-Wan, get going, man. Thank you. You're doing a great job. USB from laptop DAC actually make a difference over just streaming from a phone using yes. Depends on the DAC, but yeah, it does for sure. like the DAC chips in laptops and phones, unless it's like a specific, can't remember what phone it is. But yeah, they make a huge difference. Yeah, get yourself a Dragonfly Black or Dragonfly Red or Ear Studio M100 Mark II, like this, and then listen for yourself. Big difference, significant difference, and I'm talking like the uninitiated normal person would be able to put on headphones out of a decent USB DAC and put on a pair of headphones or earbuds out of the 3.5 and be like, oh yeah. I think the biggest thing you're going to notice is just an instant improvement in clarity. That'll probably be the first thing that you'll notice. If it's a decent DAC. And I have the Dragonfly. Well, I actually gave the Dragonfly Red to my son. But yeah, instant difference. Yeah, I don't doubt it. The AirPod Max. They probably are good. But I'm going to argue that most of that money on those AirPods is going to the most of it's going to Apple, but most of the cost on that product is going to the near field communications, the amps that are in there, probably the DACs a little bit, whatever DSP tomfoolery they have going on there. And I bet the drivers that they utilize are afterthought. What did I talk you into, Joseph? A DAC? USB DAC? LG. That's the one I was thinking about, Ryan. Stretchman. Yeah, LG. That's one that has a really good DAC in it. Drop THX Panda. Better than the AirPod Max. Cheaper too. Maybe. I would say yeah. Get that THX awesomeness in it. Ooh, Modi. Yeah. Modi's, yeah. Yeah, if you don't notice a difference between like 3.5 millimeter out of your computer than a Modi, yeah, I think you're going to notice a big difference. Big. Should I send my ELAC 62s back for earlier? Depends on what you like. I'm not saying those 6.2s aren't good. I'm saying they're different. Personally, this is me. This is not everybody. Personally, I like the B6 better, but that's me. I think the 6.2s have a more linear response across the mid-range and top end. Yeah, Joseph, I think it will. All right, we're going to wrap it up. I'm getting tired. Probably nobody wants to watch a live stream where I'm like that. Do you have a talk box? I don't know what a talk box is. Obviously, I don't. I wish I knew you would sell the Clips 61.2s. I tried getting a set after your review, but they became sold out. Email me, Daniel. I've got them in my bedroom. I decided to get the ELAC debut 5.2s. Do they compare? I like 5.2s. Love the 5.2s. That's a hard one to compare just because they're different. You know, you have a metal titanium horn-loaded tweeter versus a soft dome. 5.2s are really solid, though. Night, Joseph. Is it possible that AVR receiver limits output at 4 ohms? It's possible. I don't know, though. Please shed some light on this TV thing. Haha, I can't find much info online. What TV thing? Anyone questioning if DACs make a difference? Forget it. Just buy your choice of $100 and hook it up. Yeah, I'm kind of with Louis Sipes on this one. They do, and Obi-Wan Kenobi is someone to talk to. But, again, unless you have a super resolving amp with a super resolving speaker, can you hear a difference in DACs? Yes. Can you say, oh, that one's way better than the other? That's always been a difficult thing for me. I can hear a difference. I can't tell which one is better. Yeah, like topping E30, the shit stuff, SMSL, M300, that's $200 something, but that's balanced also. Topping D50S, I like that. That has LDAC Bluetooth in it though, so that's nice too. And they have some different like sound, kind of like EQ modes, and then different roll-offs and things like that. AV8R Bree. Email me, bro. Shipping will be very inexpensive to Fort Worth. If DAC doesn't make any difference, so what's the point to buy it? I'm not saying a DAC doesn't make a difference. I'm saying the difference between a $100 DAC and a $300 DAC, you're splitting hairs. Unless you have a super resolving system. But a $100 DAC versus a internal DAC on a computer, or the internal DAC on a television, or the internal DAC on a phone is a big difference, because the internal DAC on a television, phone, or computer is probably less than $5. No DAC in the Basics A300. Yes, there's no preamp in the Basics A300 either. That's just a power amp. So you have to have something controlling the volume on the Basics A300. Big difference between MP3 and FLAC. Depends on the recording. Coming out via optical into my IOTA VX integrated. Did I miss something before? I don't know. Yeah. All right, couple more minutes. Anybody? We've been talking a lot about audio. Shouldn't we be talking about like 80s or 90s action movies? Good night, Anthony Mack. Tony Mack. T-Mac. Took care of impulse. Okay, cool. All right, JH, you too. Oh, I'm thinking Amazon Music HD. Okay. Digstown for the win. Night, Ed. Evening, Stuart. Night, good night, good night. I instantly heard greater clarity with a shit Modi out of my TV. Yep. I agree with Louis. That's the first thing I heard too, was improved clarity. Night, night, night. All right, folks. I'm going to call it a night. New videos going up tomorrow. Dolly, Spectre 1s. Should be up at 6:45 Central Time. So I love y'all. Thank you for joining me and making my night go quicker in my lonely hotel room. I hope y'all have a good evening. Get some rest. Listen to some music. Go to sleep. Maybe some Coldplay or something. Drift off to Wonderment Land. New night, nighthead. Good night, y'all.